the phone in the car, but look at these cactuses, man. We were lucky enough to stop by here, and they're just all over the freeway. We found some awesome land, state land that we can stop on and transverse a little bit. Wow, these Sodaro cactuses. Here we are, finally, at the Grand Canyon Rim. Took the bus up here this morning and rode on over. And oh my gosh, when you just look at that, that is just something to look at. All the rocks down there. Wow. I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, see if we can find a nice spot for some more pictures where the sun's in our face and not looking directly at it. Well, we get a shot like this. I know. I love looking like this. I hope all this works. I closed the stream window, which seemed to still be live. Thank y'all for joining. We're just letting all the notifications pop across the YouTube lands. But even worse, we'll be starting here in a second. Having the camera around my neck, talking to a phone. I have a radio on. I don't know how many more nerdy points I can rack up here, but you know what? I think it's worth it. Looking like a tourist, talking to the phone as a YouTuber, and having the radio on hand because this view is way worth it. This helps out an awesome family. The Grand Canyon video coming up sometime I love next month. Being in national parks, man. Everyone's so friendly. See everyone in the chat. Andy, as always first. Auto 45, thank you for joining. Mike KRMD said he's last. To see like me around. Just stopped and took a whole picture of a big old family. Just love being national park. Look at that behind me. What? First pose for some pictures. I think I could get a couple good thumbnails, and we'll be back in a bit. We're going to do one last kind of panoramic. Hey, what is up, everyone out there in YouTube land? I'm Frank, KG5AHJ, and I forgot to drop the volume. I'm sorry. I'll be better next time. But in the meantime, play that awesome intro video! I gotta click. A quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio!
What is up?
And I was muted. There, we're all good. I think the audience was happy with me being muted. But what is going on, y'all? Thank you for joining. This is our first co-hosted stream between Charlie and I. And what did we just get done doing, Charlie? Some big trip?
We just went to the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon. Wow.
A big hole.
The big hole. No, I'm not going to say that one. But that was so much fun to be there. It was we activated in one day we attempted 3 different parks. Some of us activated 3 different parks because we operated the radio back at camp, right?
Yep.
And then we went out and we hit up what was the first summit we did?
It was Saddle Mountain.
Mountain.
In the Coconino National Forest, I believe.
Yeah. And then we tried another monument museum over in what was that city?
In Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
So yeah, we went to Walnut Canyon, and the third one was was supposed to be Reardon Mansion. I don't know how you spell it. How do you pronounce it? Maybe Bill knows better. But yeah, that one we didn't quite get. Yep, we got that close. We were going to set up radios, but then someone started playing bagpipes. Bagpipes.
Yeah. It was pretty cool to hear them play, but we're like that would be accidental audio music on the air, and that's a no. So we just went to the bar early.
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Then, other than that, we just hung out at the canyon. It was fun. Saw a bunch of wildlife. And you want to bring everyone else on?
Sure, let's do it. Let's see
Sweet.
what's
And
up.
we hang out with a bunch of these guys all around. So let's go around the room real fast and introduce yourselves because a couple of y'all are new. Let's start with my top left, Dan.
Hi, Dan, KC7MSU.
And of course, we
Yeah,
got.
and let me just say real
Mhm.
quick, Dan is one of my two co-hosts for our live stream that we have on the first and third Sunday at 4 o'clock. So some of you may know him, but some may not.
Thank you. And of course, Charlie, thank you for co hosting. And we're going to be doing this every fifth Sunday. We're going to co host a
Right.
live stream because first and third Sundays are yours to
Right.
stream before Jason. And then the second and fourths are mine. And then on the fifth, we decided to do a joint stream. So here we are.
Absolutely. Yep. I think it's a great idea.
Sweet. And Mike, what's going on, man?
I've been laying on my couch all day.
And I just finished editing 3 different videos. What?
Nice.
Yeah. Something about going out of
I could
town
have
for
been
me.
productive today, and I still need to edit some barbecue videos. I've been putting that off.
What channels would that be up for?
All ham, no radio.
All ham, no radio.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My friend and I went out last night, and we had a couple pops. And I had the most expensive steak I've ever eaten in my life, and it was a life changer.
What was it?
It was worth the money, huh?
Well, I didn't have to pay, so it was great. Yeah.
Oh,
But
there
it was his treat.
Makes it better.
that makes it
We
great.
went to hang on.
He does this all the time.
You know, it's fancy when they have matches. So BB,
Oh.
the butcher shop, the steak was like $150.
What was it, Wagyu or something?
It was like a 55-day dry aged ribeye.
Oh, dry aged.
Yeah.
I haven't had that yet, but it sounds so
It's-
good.
Oh my god, it's ruined steak for me.
So when we'll see that video about the dry aged steak?
I did not make a video.
Oh.
You don't walk into a high-end restaurant with your YouTube gear. I don't anyway. Although I did look like a schmuck in my Crocs and my K&MRD shirt.
Self promotion.
It was great. It was great. So had a couple pops and just been hydrating today. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I had to get dressed for this, just so you know.
I appreciate you putting on pants or shorts.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
I really do.
Whew.
Things I do for you guys.
I know.
And Harvey, first time on the
Hi.
stream, man.
Yes, I am. Thanks for inviting me, Tank. And it's K6TNT from Southern California in the high desert of LA County, and was happy to be part of this group and had a lot of fun out in Grand Canyon.
Oh, we're going
Yeah,
to
for those of you watching who don't know, Javi, well, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, which is okay, I guess.
we
but
let him
he
on
come-
some reason.
I know. But he comes. He's been on probably at least 3 of the YouTuber
At
events,
least 3.
right?
At least
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Yeah, or more. And so, and I went out to a couple of things in California and met up with him as well. So I know him well. He does, especially because he and I both do summits on the air. So he's just kind of become a good friend, and so he was
We
on
met
this
in
trip.
Big Bear, Charlie.
That's
I think
right.
we met in Big Bear, right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we did.
That's
We
fun.
did. It was good times.
So
Then
go ahead.
what do we have next? We have Bill. Bill, introduce yourself.
How you doing, guys? I'm Bill K0WHW. My channel is Ham Radio Tectonics. I got involved with this group because I do watch Charlie's channel, and he's local and close, so I wanted to learn about soda. So I contacted him, and he let me tag along on a peak, and I've been tagging along ever since.
Yeah, you came to Field Day and then also to this event, didn't you? Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Well, we had a bunch of fun. I don't even know where to start. it had its ups and downs for me and Mike and Jason. I do I even want to start going through the picture folder? That might be fun.
I don't know.
I don't even know how to share this. We'll just minimize everything on that screen and there. That's gonna be it. Doing this live, ain't it fun? We drove from Texas on the most oddball route that you can ever even try to put together. If you drew a map on how to get to Phoenix from Dallas, this is the route that you would not take. Windows, where is left monitor? Boom! That's how we went. We started over here in Dallas. Whoop. Zoom. Cool. Dallas, Fort Worth. Then, there was a bunch of traffic. And then we decided to go north and try to get around the traffic and also for the nice drive in the, over in the, I'm blanking on words here, in the nice rural area of Texas. And we enjoyed that drive until we made plans to go and sleep at a particular campsite that was on the southern path. And when we put it into Google, I started taking us straight south, and we didn't recognize it at first. And we're like, where are we going? We're going back to 20, and ended up in 20 around Sweetwater area, then took 20 to 10 the rest of the way. But it turned out to be a 13-plus hour trip to get outside of Texas.
Who was navigating? Was it just Siri or Google?
Jason.
You blame it on them?
Jason.
It was Google.
Well, it was Google. Okay.
Well, we
I have to
had
tell you-
we had Phoenix in the GPS originally, and then once we found a place to stay, we changed the coordinates. I think that's what happened.
Yes.
And,
No, we
correct,
added
yeah.
it as a destination along route.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we changed something like halfway through, or not halfway through, but after a couple hours, and it rerouted us.
Yeah.
And put us
Thankfully.
back on I-20, which is what we were trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ranting Raven has it down, man.
Whatever.
She says that's the longest, drive pulling a trailer ever. And I think, yeah. What was it, Jason? I mean, was that a hard?
About 15 hours.
Yeah, that's a long time with a trailer.
It's gonna be longer. It's gonna be longer in January for Quartz Fest.
Oh, it is.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Just saying,
but you said you were gonna split it up though, right?
I'm gonna split it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the way to do it.
Yep. And then when we got almost to Charlie's place, me and Mike were inside Fry's, which guess what? That's not just an electronics store. For some reason, it is a grocery store too. And
Yes.
I got a call. I'm trying to find the next picture. There it is. I got a call from you, Charlie. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
what's y'all's plan? I was like, cool, man. We are about 20 minutes out, and we're looking forward to getting there. He's like, but what's y'all's plan about the hose? I'm like, what hose? The linking hose. I'm like, what? Well, I'll figure that out when I get there. Just call Jason. Then when we're checking out from the cashier line, is this big old puddle under the truck. So what all happened, Jason, with the truck there?
There's a lower radiator. If you know anything about engines, there's an upper radiator hose at the top of the radiator and a lower radiator hose at the bottom that comes out and goes to various places. On this model of truck, there's two hoses coming off of the lower if the front of the truck, the headlights are pointed this way. The front of the truck is here, the grill is here. The lower radiator hose runs left to right. There's two hoses coming off of that radiator hose running towards the back, and one of those hoses had rested on one of the third members. The guy who fixed it for me said it just over time it got so much dirt, grime, and grease on it, it kind of weighted it down, and then it just rubbed it a hole in itself on one of the pieces of the frame of the truck. So that entire assembly with the lower hose and the two hoses that go to the back, they both go to the oil cooler for the truck, for the engine.
Yeah.
That's
So-
good. It happened in a parking lot instead of
Right.
on the road.
Yeah. I'm glad it didn't happen
Although-
in New Mexico the night before that. So it was very well timed.
That
Mhm.
parking lot, though,
Literally,
was-
the
I think
hottest
that
parking lot.
picture,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
if
true.
that radiator water, I
Yeah.
think it was boiling, wasn't it?
Yeah, just about.
It was
Just about.
so hot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was so
What
hot.
was
When
it?
I
It was
pulled
like
up, there-
110 degrees that day, and then on top of that blacktop, yeah, it was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
When I pulled up though, they were in their camping chairs, just sitting out underneath the awning of the trailer, just like they were meant to be there.
Right.
We had nowhere else to go, so we made it
Yeah.
our own. I don't have a picture of that.
Yeah.
See,
got
if it was a
video, but not
Walmart,
a
you could have
picture.
put it on the air.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah, so I
yeah.
called my friend, and luckily I have a friend that's just a few houses down who was able to get get Jason's truck fixed right away, and then I also called another friend who came straight from work down to grab his trailer because he had his truck towed to my friend's house to get the radiator hose replaced, and then so he was just there with the trailer, just sitting there waiting. So another friend came and hooked up the trailer and brought it over to my house. So we were all good.
Yep.
Mhm.
Wow.
It really
Yep.
did. I mean, all things considered, it was fairly uneventful breakdown. So
We
yeah,
all
can't
knew
really
your
complain
friend's
about it.
number in our phones,
Right.
Charlie.
Yeah, no
because
kidding.
he was amazing.
Yeah, he is. He's good.
that guy did such a good job. I'm really thinking about just driving to Arizona and asking him to do some stuff in my truck. I've been wanting to get done anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
Stay at Charlie's.
right, yeah.
Then Charlie's wife, I wish I got pictures of it, but we were so hungry, made an amazing home cooked lasagna and cookies, snickerdoodle cookies. Oh,
Yeah.
thank
And-
you, and hats off to her, man.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, she said she enjoyed having you guys, and it was fun. Too bad she didn't come along on the rest of the trip, but she said afterwards she's kind of glad she didn't because of the, it seemed like it was kind of a guy trip. She would have been like kind of out of place.
Know what,
There's Kyle in the chat.
Kyle?
Why isn't he on here?
I know you have the Zoom link, Kyle. If you're not busy or working, get on here. Then after that, we met up with drove to the Grand Canyon. We did activate one park on the way, which was nice to break that drive up. Then
Yeah,
we met up with
and that was even hotter, right? That was like
Oh,
absolutely. That
that's
was like
114.
it was so
Yeah.
hot.
Was it
We were
that hot there?
It was hotter than it was in Phoenix. We were sweating, man. It was
Oh,
it was
yeah.
really hot. Yeah. So and then after that we went to Jimmy John's, right, Frank?
No, 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 no Jimmy on talk on my channel. I love Jimmy John's. It's a bad sandwich, but we went to Jersey Mike's instead.
I saw that delivery, that Uber delivery for Jimmy John's coming to the park, and it had to have been going over to Frank's.
Kyle says he's cooking. All right, I accept that. Cooking, I accept that.
Yeah. And it rained pretty hard too. There was we were pulled into Flagstaff and had our subs. And then after that, then we I don't know what time did we get there at Flagstaff finally on that first day. Thursday probably was, right?
Was that like 5 o'clock?
Yeah, it was
3
later,
o'clock?
wasn't it?
Well, that
Not
was
sure, yeah.
lunch or
Something like
dinner.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Yep.
wasn't that late.
No.
Who was there already? So Javi was there, and
I was
Chuck
there with
there.
Chuck. Yeah.
Yep, and then Adam was there too already.
Yes.
Yep. So we had 3 campsites that we reserved for 3 nights, and so they were all together. But then I guess Javi got a different one, and then so did Jason, because I guess that was a whole fiasco too, wasn't it? The hookups and all that, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was-
The only reason it was kind of fiasco was your battery ran down so much that we couldn't keep it charged the whole time.
With everything that was happening the night we spent at Charlie's house, I forgot to plug the trailer in. So
That'll do it.
yeah.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I was like, well, and yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was just I just, if we would have charged the trailer that night, we probably would have had enough to keep it charged during the day, with the sun there. But also I didn't know that the park was very wooded, so the sun coming in was all shade. There was just like spots of sun here and there, and it was
Very
more
filtered.
yeah, and it was more shaded over in the RV campground than it was where you guys set up.
so you couldn't do solar then?
Not very easily, no. I mean, you could get an hour or two of it a day, but with the sun moving the way it does and all the trees there, it was hard to kind of pin it down. But
Yep.
Well, and also the you guys, the generator restrictions were pretty
Yeah.
restrictive there too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like from 7 to 9 for breakfast, then from 6 to 9 in the evening for
Yeah.
dinner. But on the other hand, I could really, really appreciated that because generators hearing that run all the time would take away from the natural beauty and ambiance that you had there.
You know, I didn't have any problems with the generators. My thing was the generator hours, the restricted generator hours were stupid because they didn't have 110 hookups. If you would put actual RV hookups in your RV campsites, which they called them on the website, then you wouldn't have any need for generators and it would be just as quiet as it was then.
No, I agree.
Granted, people would be running air conditioners, so there'd still be a little bit of ambient noise there. But, you know, if you don't want to run generators, fine, but provide some sort of hookup for people. But like I said, like I told Charlie that last day we were there, if we do this again, I'm not even going to bring the RV. I'm going to bring a tent and I'm going to camp over there next to where they all went. I want to camp, everybody camp together.
Mhm.
I didn't like having to go back and forth between the place. The RV was kind of useless anyway because we couldn't run the air conditioner. It was kind of a waste of time to even have it, but I didn't know that before we got there. So it was all good.
Yeah.
Still a fun trip. It's just, you know, if I had it to do over again, I'd do it differently.
And you brought the Starlink out there. You tried to set that up. How did it perform?
Yeah, see, with all the trees and it not very well. With all the trees in the area, it just wouldn't. The very first day, my 4G Verizon hotspot worked well, but after that, it would only work good one day. After that, it bogged down for whatever reason. So, but the Starlink, there were too many trees for the Starlink to actually acquire a decent signal.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to let you take the floor next, Charlie. So, what do we do from there?
Well, there's a couple of things that I thought were kind of interesting about this trip. So, first of all, we have 10 people that were there, and I'd like to kind of get your guys' input as well. But it seemed like at first, I mean, we're just a bunch of guys, right? So we're just kind of, here's kind of the general plan, and let's just kind of see what happens, right? So, on the first activation or two, we set up. I think we had at least 3 different radios or more. But I think we became more efficient as time went by and kind of figured it out. And I don't know what you guys impressions are of this, but what we did was we eventually refined it enough to where when we hit a peak or a park, we would just a park actually, we would do 11 or 12 contacts, and then we just pass the mic to the next person and rotate through. And it seemed pretty efficient. I think the downside is that you don't really get to enjoy the pile up and stuff like that. But when you have a lot of people, but I don't know what the other solution is. I mean, having one radio and running, rotating through worked great. I guess if we would have brought filters, it might have been, you might have had something different, and maybe that's something to check next time, isn't it?
Yeah, to set up multiple station antennas with filters.
Yeah. But what did you think, Dan? What did you think, Dan, about how we operated? Were you there for much of it?
Well, I just did the Grand Canyon and then the last park, but it was great. I thought everybody got a chance to operate. Even myself got on there for POTA. It was a lot of fun, and really, I mean, the pileup really never stopped. Just the operator changed, which might have been a little confusing for folks, but it was a whole lot of fun on our end. I mean, the pileup was great as far as I was concerned.
Cool. I think I interrupted you, Mike.
Oh no, I was going to say I was surprised that when we were on the peak, we weren't really having much interference.
Yeah, it was true. Yeah,
there were. It was only 2 HFs. It was me and you, and on our radios, and Chuck was on VHF. So I guess that was. And you were on 20 CW. I was on 17 phone. And,
right.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever.
Right.
Without filters, so I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, I think our antennas were oriented perpendicular, so that probably did part of that was probably part of the and different, we were far enough away from everything, CWs and sideband and the orientation of the antennas and all that it was okay. I've had some really bad on summits. I've had some really bad interference, especially with Chris and one CLC. That guy's interfering all the time. But on the other hand, sometimes I've almost had no interference at all, and it all has to do with your distance away from each other and the orientation of the antenna mostly. Yeah.
But back at the park, I would get interference every now and again. So
from where? Oh, from us.
Yeah.
Right. And we were like, how far away? It was probably at least a quarter mile, right?
From you guys? Probably about that. Yeah. Right in the skip zone for interference.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Bill, what were your impressions of how we operated and what we did?
It seems to me that we operated the same on all the parks and summits. Basically, for the first one, Saddle Mountain, we had 2 radios, Mike's 17 meters, and you doing CW down the lane with
Kyle.
And yes, Chuck had his 2-meter radio, but I didn't see a lot of interference, like you're just saying. And that being the new guy, and especially new to this kind of operation, multiple people, multiple radios, I think we just got really comfortable with it by the time we got to the Walnut Canyon. You know, we just set it up.
Yeah, Walnut Canyon was.
You know, and jumped in and headed for the next one. So I learned at the park. You were talking about the park. Adam had his antenna set up this way, and I had mine this way. And he came over and just politely suggested that I change my, and we were end to end, and I activated the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing CW. I operated CW and SSB. So I learned, I probably heard that ages ago, but I actually learned, that end to end helps not interfere.
Yeah.
I think we got it down to a Henry Ford factory model.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, guys, though, but what do you think? Is that the way to do it in the future? Because we're definitely going to do more of these, right? So do you think we do just kind of the way we did, or do you think we ought to bring more radios and filters?
You're gonna need Sherpas if you bring more.
Yeah. I like the just passing off the mic. Do your 10 contacts and passing off the mic. That was very once you got your 10 and passed it, it was very efficient and rotating. And by the end, I believe the hunters were able to figure us out where they can just sit on the frequency for about 10 minutes and then get a new operator, because I believe by the end, when we switched operators, it's almost immediate pileup of everyone trying to make that contact again.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So-
and also it kept everybody in the group engaged and were listening to what was going on the radio instead of everybody kind of being off on their own per se.
Mm-hmm.
There were a bunch of people who, I was listening, who would make a contact with this operator, and then when we change it, come back and make contact again with the next operator. So I don't think it confused the chasers very much.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I have gone at the beginning. I liked passing the mic back and forth for contact. So you get someone, you say, "Hold on for a second, operator." You pass the mic back and forth that way. I'm starting to love that, and I don't really think it's very fair to the hunters when people do that, because you're trying to make those contacts real fast, and it kind of slows down the whole contact stuff.
As a hunter, I hate when people do that.
Yes.
But me and my buddy Ryan just did 3 parks yesterday. We did a radar, and we did exactly that.
Yeah.
Just for efficiency, because we would get the pile up and just go. So
I try not to do that unless it's like someone I know on the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's like it, if they're where they're activating POTA, and then there was one time I think Kyle was on there, or no, Kyle was with us. It was it Joe Brett was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Joe Brett on there one time, or maybe KM9G Steve was on there one time.
Don,
I think
Smoking
I like
Signals.
to. Yeah, Izzo was on there one time.
I don't mind those because we all want that person in the logs.
But I don't try to. I usually don't like to do it when it's just working a normal pileup. It slows it down, honestly.
It does.
Because I mean, if all you're trying to do is activate and move on, then it doesn't take long to get 10 or 12 contacts and just here, you take the mic now. So that's my opinion, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another question then on especially for Jason and Mike, but and Frank too, because you guys were more focused on the POTA. How did you figure out your logs then? Because we had multiple, at least 2 different activations where we had, well, it was at least one, wasn't it? Where we had the POTA and the park and the summits on the air at the same time, and so you could count the one contact for both. How did you guys do your logs? What'd you do?
I simply didn't upload my SOTA logs yet.
Okay.
I
I
haven't.
haven't uploaded
Seriously.
my soda log either.
I
I
haven't done
needed to,
logs yet.
I was thinking about that earlier today. Actually, I was like, you know what? I need to upload my freaking soda logs. But what I will do is just export it from Hammers. I mean, I export my Hammers to an ADIF file, and I save it on my cloud drive for everything I do anyway.
Yeah.
So uploading to POTA was done the next day, but I need to upload that to Soda, and I'm just going to take that ADIF file and take out the POTA field and add the Summit field, I guess.
Yeah.
Try it and see if that works. So I just got to remember which log was which and what the Soda numbers were.
Mhm.
Sorry, I created they created the POTA file, and then if I got a summit to summit, I just put that summit in the park to park area.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
No.
I think I
Yeah.
did that once or twice.
So it's a
Did you-
little
did
bit
you
more
upload
work, though,
your
right?
log yet?
Mhm.
And then I copied it and renamed it to the other. You can rename it and you can adjust it to the other style. So if I start out with a POTA file, I'd copy it and then tell it to be a soda file, and it worked out really well.
You uploaded both then?
How did you copy it?
There's a hold on, let me
With
hold on.
Hammers?
Well, you can just copy the
Hammers.
file after it's
Yes, yeah, it sounds like you just copied the file.
copy paste.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in Hammers.
Yeah, I think you did it in Hammers, didn't you?
In Hammers you can go duplicate. I'm sorry, is the word they use.
No.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can duplicate a file.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
That's it. That's in there for doing all those 2-fers and 3-fers and whatnot. Jared talked about that a while back. He's like, yeah, you can just duplicate it and then change the park number, and then you're
Mhm,
done.
mhm.
If you're in a 2-fer or something.
Well, you guys did a lot better with it than I did, because I actually uploaded my soda contacts, and apparently I forgot to click the little I agree box because I noticed
Oh.
this morning that they're not there.
Oh, oops.
So I got to go put them back in
Oops.
again.
I'd like to take a quick second here for Dennis, Alpha Delta 6, Delta Mike. Great podcast, by the way. Go listen to his podcast. But he says $10. Here's for more ham radio trip vlogs. Those are going to be dropping next week. So stay tuned. But thank you for the
Denko batteries
$10
for
super
life.
chat.
Denko.
What's up, Chuck?
Yeah,
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
No problem, Chuck.
it's
You
all
got
right.
you got yurts to do.
It's about to kill me, tell you the
Dirt's
truth.
on the air.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It's a good idea. I mean,
But
Somebody will answer, right?
yeah.
talking for next time, if we want to bring bandpass filters, because a couple of places we did set up multiple radios, so that would be nice to have in the car or truck just in case that we wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
And that would
Plus,
give
actually, at the park where we're camping, to have band pass filters would be helpful.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely
Exactly.
there.
Let's switch gears to that. Mike, you operated majority of the time Saturday, and we
Mhm.
had people at our part of the park operating. You didn't get any interference. Was that in far enough distance to be okay?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I was on. What band was I on? I think I was on 17.
17.
Most of the time.
You are always on 17, it seemed
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was just. I mean, that's where the cool kids hang out these days. I guess.
like. Yeah.
And then I think Jason was trying to get on 20 or 15 or something. Wasn't having any luck. I don't know, but yeah, I was
think it
on
was
17
15.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was on for like, oh gosh, 6 or 7 hours on Saturday. And it was slow going. I mean, I only made like 100 contacts in those 6
Ooh.
or 7 hours. I mean, that's
That's a beating.
slow going.
That's working it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the radio is calling CQ, so it's not that hard.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
I don't
actually-
care. I'm out in beautiful nature playing radio, so who cares?
Yeah. I got up really early and sent off a bunch of alarms, right? Alerts. You were complaining about that, Jason. I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I gotta. Well, the sun comes up so early there because they don't do daylight savings time. So
Yeah.
like 5:45 in the morning, the sun it's not just peeking over the horizon. It's like freaking light in the sky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I'm like, and it's obviously it's before that, but that's the time it woke me up. It was about 5:45 every morning. So I get up and I'm like, okay, yeah, sun's up. I'll get up. That's fine. And like 5 minutes later, I get this ham alert on my watch that says NJ7 Victor's working FT8 on 40 meters. I'm like, damn, dude, you getting a start on things. All right, let's go. Let's go do some soda today. So
Yeah, I got up early that day because I wanted to see if I could get some DX on 40 and hit the gray line. And I actually did. I got on 40 meters. It was up maybe 20 feet. I worked 2 Japan stations, so that was one of the highlights of the trip for me. I really enjoyed making that happen. So that was fun.
I did that on my live stream last Wednesday. I got up early and signed on here in the shack at 5 a.m. hunting for JAs and I got one Republic of Korea, and I got
wow.
Who else did I get? I got I saw some Russian stations. I couldn't get any one of those though. But I got somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, that early in the morning on 40. Of course, 5 a.m. here is like 3 a.m. there. It's been nice lately, so I'm glad you were able to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad that Adam isn't here. We need to talk a little bit about the soda stuff. So I guess Javi will have to do that since he was the one that was with Adam with most of the soda stuff, right, Javi?
I did 2 peaks with Adam. 2 peaks.
Oh wait, you came and did some more
with
Chuck
me.
before that, right?
Yeah, we arrived on Wednesday, and I believe Thursday, Chuck and I did a summit.
So you actually had the more soda activations than anybody else in the group. You had 5, right?
Probably. I had 5 activations, 5 successful activations.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
And look what I got.
Adam
Oh,
did
yeah,
one that
yeah.
day also though.
I got mine's inside. I got that the other day too. That's pretty
Hey,
cool.
Javi.
Yeah.
Yo.
I
Adam
got
actually
it.
activated with us. Remember? On a different peak.
Well,
that
he
day.
did a different summit. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
We did a
probably had as
summit to
many.
summit with Adam. Yes, that is correct.
Well,
Yeah.
talking about QSL cards, I'll give it back to
I
you in a
got one
second.
too.
I am going to be printing special QSL cards for this. So if we made if you
Oh,
made
wow.
contact with me, send me your QSL card, and I will be printing those when I get back from my trip. It's going to take me a while to get them out here because I got a business trip coming up that's not ham radio related, so I'm going to be pretty silent for about a week or so. But after that, I am going to be getting back in gear and sending those out.
Cool.
So Harvey,
Yes.
the floor is back to you.
Oh, okay. So I'll go just real briefly. Thursday, Chuck and I activated. We activated Summit Mountain. On Friday, I hung out with Adam all day basically, and we did Ebert Mountain, which is a steep hike, and Saddle Mountain, which is a drive up. Now Adam likes to do CW. I like to do voice, so we just separated. We used our own gear. He used a wire antenna. I used a vertical, so we had no interference. On Saturday, we did I think it was Grand View, wasn't it, Charlie? No. What did we do together, Charlie?
Saturday. Oh, no, you guys did something earlier.
Yeah, Charlie.
Red Butte.
And what? Oh, that was Saturday morning.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so Saturday. So you're right. Red Butte, I encountered interference, but I believe it was because of the lookout tower, and I couldn't use my amp. I was QRP there, but I still was able to activate. And then, the following day we did Grandview, which was a drive up, which was a nice summit also. So
Nice.
yeah, I had about 15 summit to summits total, which was really good for me.
Ooh.
So I was happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
great time.
Showing some of the pictures I have from the summits that I took. Very beautiful. And
That looks like Saddle Mountain.
that
Saddle
was
Mountain?
Saddle Mountain.
Yeah.
And thank you, Charlie, for picking the ones that we drive up to. Those were amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent an email to Charlie maybe a week before it, telling him, hey, I'd like to do these. He replied, no, you better do these. And they all worked out great. So kudos to Charlie. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to do a quick shout out. I did get one QSL card. This is from KK4NAW. I don't know if it'll zoom in. Yeah. And
Give me
he got
1 second. Hold it. Keep it there. Keep it there.
All right.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, kind of, sort of. I'm on a laptop camera, so my apologies. Yeah, KK4NAW from Wyoming, and this is while I was up at Saddle Mountain. So thank you for that.
I already got, I think, 3 QSL cards.
Oh wow.
Or 4. I think it was 4 for the trip, and I'm putting them in a stack. Oh, what is
Oh, let me
that there,
see.
Charlie? You need to
Oh, you're
unmute
muted,
yourself.
Charlie.
It's not me this time.
Yeah, he's a soda. He's chased the POTA, but he's a soda activator. So it was a summit to summit and a park to park
Oh wow.
the other direction.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And this guy's let me see if I can find his call sign here. And the front of it is kind of hard to read. So his name's Chris, and I don't see his call sign though. That's the thing. But he actually sent me a couple of stickers as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Winning.
Oh, nice.
Long Island CW Club stickers, which was pretty cool. So
Was that a Long Island CW contact?
I believe it must have been. It's
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out where his is Franklin County, Ohio. So he's Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
But I guess I don't know what his association is with it, but it's on his QSL card too, right here at the bottom. He has that logo.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I have to find out from him what the deal is. Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, I got another one from the Long Island CW Club.
Oh wow.
Gosh.
Held it in front of
clear.
you. Yeah.
There
it
you go.
is.
So W8XP, and this is the activation later in camp when I activated the park, so park to park, and he's a Long Island CW Club member as well. So I got this one. I got Javi's as well. I just don't have it right.
Awesome.
Framed on the wall now.
I will be putting all my QSL cards. It's hard to see. It's in this shot, but it's back there. It's going to be a board of
Okay.
them.
So it's N8PEM, and it looks like it was a park. It was. I actually was mistaken. It wasn't a summit to summit. It was a park to summit. So cool though.
Thank you, Racer X, for the 762 super chat. I really do appreciate it. He said, "Tank Radio rules."
Good caliber.
Yeah. Dennis did ask earlier, did y'all use APRS beaconing for your progress on the trip? The whole time, Jason, KC5HWB was beaconing from when we left DFW area till pretty much he returned the whole trip. Also, he was running his All-Star node in the truck. So when the truck was on, got All-Star, and we were talking to a number of people on there. So that was fun. He needs to fix his HF rig. Oh, Chuck dropped. Oh, and he's back.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I need a co-host. I don't know why I can't make someone else co-host. I can
It's
promote you
just-
to host.
It's just not meant to be.
I can't make a co-host. Sorry, Chuck. I don't know how long you were waiting, but you're back.
Oh, I just came back.
Okay.
I killed OBS.
From
I
there,
have one more
Yeah, go ahead.
question. Once you're done, I have like kind of another question for the group. But
Okay.
Go ahead.
Saturday was the kind of the half day that we took to go walk around the canyon. Me and Kyle walked around the rim for a bit. We met up with Jason and Mike for a while, and that was fun. And then we did one more activation, and it was awesome. The Grand Canyon, I cannot say how beautiful the Grand Canyon is, because I can show you pictures after pictures after pictures of the Grand Canyon, and you can't appreciate its beauty. Mike, what was the line you keep saying?
Something about seeing a picture of the canyon. It doesn't do any justice. You really have to see it in person. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life. It's just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You need to come back
I
for wintertime at the canyon too, guys. It's amazing up there in the wintertime.
I want to go exploring and go off. Now that, I feel that the first time being there was just so you don't really know what to do, which is why Jason and I just went to the visitor center and did the most touristy thing in the world.
Yep. We're all
we
guilty.
didn't even think to like drive off on any of the roads that are around there. So I would really like to go out and like go way the heck away from people and just like get out and explore. I don't know if that's like a thing or if you need
You
to
could
go to like, the
definitely do
north
that
side
there.
to do that. I don't know, but
No, you
that's
could
what I
do it
want.
from the south side. There's
Yeah,
tons
you
of
can-
trails to hike.
Yeah, there's a places to get away from people even on the south side. So it's worth exploring. I mean, I've been there numerous times, and I'm the same way. I try to get away from folks. So
Yeah. But either way, I mean, even with all the like touristy places that we were at, it was still I had a fantastic time, and I was able to climb down there and like actually climb out on some of the rocks, and it was scary because I don't like heights, and you
Don't
can,
like heights.
put your foot over.
I don't have a picture of it, but several times I saw you, Mike, with your feet kind of dangling, and you're just amazed and in awe of the beauty.
Well, that at Walnut Canyon, I found a place that I kind of just climbed down a little bit. I shot a video of it. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with it, but to just get out there and it's just, I mean, I love nature. Obviously, most of my videos are outside, but just a completely life-changing experience going to the Grand Canyon. It really, truly is. Everyone should do it.
Yes.
And don't litter and don't graffiti and oh my God,
These are our national parks, our national parks. Keep them beautiful so we can enjoy it for years and years to come. Charlie,
even if you're not if you're not a big hiker, even if you go like half a mile or a mile down one of the trails, it's amazing how much your perspective changes about what the canyon looks like. I mean, it's anywhere you go, you go around a corner or whatever, and the perspective change is just incredible.
Charlie, what question did you have?
Well, it's a good maybe segue into the last little bit of our stream, but we don't have to decide right now, obviously, but and it's still up in the air, but I'm really interested in other people's thoughts about what we do next. I've had some thoughts and I can share those, and I will real quick, but and we don't have to, like I said, we don't have to settle on anything, but I'm interested in what you guys think we should do next. So for me, I think the thing that I would like to do, that I'm interested in, we'd have to find a sponsor. We don't have anybody in our YouTubers group that I can think of that is in this area, but I'd like to go up in the Seattle, Washington area, up in the northern Washington area, and do some stuff up in there. Yeah, Olympic maybe. Just
the rainforest up there. Huh?
Yeah, somewhere like that.
You should get involved with the Ham Radio Adventures Club because we're literally doing exactly that in October.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're going to the coast. I'll fly into SeaTac and then we drive. It's about 3.5 hours west to get to the coast. Uh-huh. And I'll tell you what, man, Washington is an insanely beautiful state.
Yes.
I had no idea what to expect when I went there in December. We had a thing there, and we decided that October would be better weather. But it wasn't bad. Like it was.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe hoodie weather at most. Like it was not as cold as I would have expected it to be. But just, I mean, me and my friend Matt, AE4MQ, just took off and did some podas and walked through the rainforest and stuff. And again, just an insanely beautiful place. And so yeah, we've got a few houses that we're renting, and yeah.
The only issue with the coast though is probably not a lot of summits.
No,
it's all sea level.
Olympic probably will have a summit or two.
There's some mountains out there.
Yeah, I was thinking more like camping in like someplace in the forest somewhere, not going to the coast. Maybe we can visit the coast, but I was thinking about camping in an actual park where there's summits. But then a couple of things that we could do is one, like you said, go to the coast. And another thing I was thinking about actually was it's not far from Canada. And driving up through Canada, just bring your passport, cross the border, and do something up there and come back. We'd have to do some preparation. That's something I'm interested in doing. It's one of the things. I mean, you guys may have other ideas. I mean, we could still do the Adam's backpacking trip that we never really got to do. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts?
From the chat, Mount Washington, Crater. I think that's Crater Lake. I've been to Crater Lake.
That's on my list.
Ooh, Crater Lake is so beautiful, so beautiful. I want to throw out there, if we're gonna go to one place and just explore the place and play radio at night, Yellowstone National Park,
I'd
because
love that one.
Yellowstone's fantastic.
that's one of my top 3 national parks favorites. If we're being adventurous, let's raft down the Grand Canyon.
Oh wow,
Play radio at night, raft
would
down
be
the
something.
canyon.
Hang glide.
um, but what else do y'all could think of? There's no wrong answer here.
I mean, anything on the East Coast? I'd love to do the Appalachians. I mean, go ahead, guys.
Appalachians. Ooh, that's a good one. Mount St. Helens is nice. I got that from Plasma. Been there. Smoky Mountain National
Mount
Park.
Everest.
That would be one. Smoky Mountain National Park would be
Mount
amazing.
Everest. Are you trying to kill us? And you know what it takes to get there?
A helicopter.
Yeah,
Oxygen.
Glacier's pretty fantastic.
I've been to Glacier. I haven't been there in a long time. Those are all good suggestions. All good suggestions. All right, I have one more question I want to ask the group. It's controversial, so let's try to be political with each other here. I'm going to go around the room on this one. What was your favorite meal?
Oh no.
Meal.
What was your favorite meal? Because we all kind of took turns cooking. So Dan, I'm going to put you on the spot first.
Crap. I didn't cook. I was the third wheel, so I didn't cook. But I was amazed at Adam's sandwich. But
You stole my answer.
Sandwich barista.
The guy is like a sandwich magician. But
Yes.
I also enjoyed, the meal that Chuck and you guys made. It was fantastic too. So it's between those. But the sandwich on Saturday after we got back from a soda, I so needed something. It was like, yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome. Charlie.
I liked Javi and Chuck's meat.
Yes.
Marinated cooked meat.
Only
That
half
was
of us
Chuck's.
buried it.
That was
good.
Chuck's.
Well, I had both.
was
I
good.
had your Chuck's and yours, Javi. I had both. They were both great.
Mike, what was yours?
The sandwich. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to recreate it at home, and it's not the same.
I don't
Like,
know what he
I'm like,
does.
Dude. I mean, maybe it was just because it was hot as hell on top of that summit, and we were starving. But like, I'm like going to the grocery store trying to find whatever that bread that it was, and just oh my gosh, yeah.
He
You
had-
notice too, he goes off and he works his magic and he doesn't let anybody see what he's really doing over there.
He just all of a sudden appears
Maybe
with,
he's
oh, here's a
sprinkled some
sandwich.
crack in
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, man, but
Throws them out like cards.
Here's a masterpiece. Thank you very much.
but no, everything was good. But yeah, that sandwich was. Yeah.
Everglades
And
National Park.
sandwiches don't excite me. Like it's a sandwich, boring. This one was like, I was like, oh my god.
Javi.
Charlie's breakfast. I like the bacon, and there was
Yes.
plenty to go around, and I
Yeah.
had seconds. So
He cooked-
Charlie's breakfast.
You cooked 2 breakfasts or just the one?
Just a one.
Just the one?
Just one, but I went back for seconds, and
I think we
there
all
was
did.
still a lot left over. So
There's still
Electra
those
had
two-
some.
Yeah.
yeah.
All
a
right,
lot of
Bill.
meat.
We're not going to kick you out of the group, but it will weigh heavily on our decision. What was your favorite?
Adam produced several meals, and yes, it's awesome. I remember eating half of it and carefully putting it away, the other half later. And Charlie's breakfast was awesome. First thing in the morning, awesome. But I got to tell you, when Chuck put that meat out there, that marinated pork, Mike and I were sitting there eating pieces of it like kids. We're like, can we have another one? And Mike, Chuck's like, stop. I got to give number one. If I got to do it, it's got to go to Chuck's pork loin.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Chuck, since you did cook a awesome meal that everyone said, you cannot say your own meal. So, what meal did you enjoy?
I like Mexican food there, Frankie. And you made some good fajitas with you actually cook those really fast too, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
The spicy beans.
And
Oof,
when I was
they were
cooking, when I was cooking dinner, yeah, they were a little spicy. When I was cooking dinner, Mike might have had a beer or two that day, and he goes, "Chuck, is this one marinated in something different? I'm tasting pineapple." I'm like, no, it was all the same. Well, I go, there's 2 different bottles, but he was like, and then he taught me how to use a knife. Chuck, give me that knife. I got to show you.
Gotta have knife skills.
Gotta have knife skills. And then I found out something about Mike. Mike was a chef in another life, maybe, or inspiring chef.
I was very close to going to culinary school. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I didn't know that about Mike.
Love cooking.
I had a great time. Bill and I rode a lot together and got to know each other. I kind of knew Bill from his videos. I'd seen a few videos, but didn't really know much about him, and so I had a good time with that too. Meeting everybody. Dan, I'd never met Dan before either. So
see here, if I can't choose my meal, but I worked the hardest on my meal. I did make my beans also. They were amazing. Chuck, hands down, those marinated pork chops were amazing. And Javi's add-on with the steak were pretty good too. Those potatoes, I shouldn't have eaten them, but I had thirds. Those baked potatoes, were
those
pretty
potatoes
good.
were great
Those were awesome.
All right.
We need a little bit more olive oil. We couldn't find Adam's olive oil. Somebody had put it in Charlie's ice chest to save it from the birds, I guess, or something.
Yep. So I gotta declare with a heavy heart, Chuck, you are the winner, and you'll be cooking for all of us next time. We got 4 minutes left, so I'm going to want to go around the room one more time. I'm going to give you the big full screen and tell us what's going on with you, if you want to promote your channel or whatever else you got going on you want to say. So I'm going to start top left again. Dan.
Hey, next weekend I'll be out on Saddle Mountain. There'll be a lot of folks out doing soda next weekend, so contact me. I don't have a real YouTube channel yet, so I've got a couple names kind of banging around in my head. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll figure that out. And also just want to say, hey, thanks guys for inviting me up there. Really appreciate it, how everybody, made me feel welcome. And I had a whole lot of fun.
It was awesome. And thank you for driving me to the airport. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Next, we're going to come back to you, Charlie, because you're co-hosting. That means you're going to be at the end with me. Mike, what's going on in your world?
Ham radio.
Yes.
We got Mailbag Monday number 24 coming out tomorrow. And Wednesday, I've got a video how to get started in Whisper. It's a mode I've been using a bit lately. Got something about unlocking the Yaesu FT4XR to transmit on all bands, even though you're not supposed to.
Ooh.
Why not? And I think that's it.
Awesome.
And I have a review of the Zygo G106 that I'm not going to publish because that radio sucks.
Well, thank you for expressing your opinion on my channel.
Oh, it's not an opinion.
All right, so on Saturday, I think it's August 6th, a big soda event. I think the West Coast and Midwest United States participating. So I'll be on Waterman Mountain on Saturday, and hope to see everyone out there chasing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Bill, what's going on your channel?
So I'm going to be trying to do some Porter next weekend, and my channel, I'm putting together a Brian W7JET showed me his launcher, which he uses a wrist rocket and a fishing pole, a fishing rod reel, that is reel. And I'm going to be doing a how to create that for yourself video. But other than that, it's time for me to go back to school and go back to work, and I'm just really busy.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us. You were amazing to have and be out there, and you're more than welcome to come and do it again.
And I got to say, first, I'm a jerk, because I didn't mention your meal, which was the very first meal, an excellent meal. I love the beans, honestly.
Thank you. So you're one of the few that had Tank's beans. So thank you for saying that. Chuck, what is going on, man?
I unfortunately have been working on this yurt thing. I'm not doing any video on that because I did the one. It was all right. But I am going to do a video on my 991A. I'm pretty sure I broke it testing antennas one day by putting too much into the front end.
Oops.
And I blew it's got a resistor in there that blew it, and it's a surface mount, but I'm going to try and fix it myself. So other than that, I just wanted to say to Javi, hey, I'm going to be down your way Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Tuesday to Thursday, I think. I may have a little time with it if you get something close and easy.
Okay. I'll give you a jingle.
Okay.
We'll set something
But
up.
nothing much else for me right now. I'm just my buddy got us into this yurt thing, and it has to be done by the 19th, and we're sweating it right now. So
thank you for coming. We'll look forward to seeing that all set up. Charlie. Hey man. I forgot to click here. There we go. It's just me and you again. What do you got going on in your channel?
Well, I like Javi. This coming Saturday, I will be on a 10-point summit, and I'll be QRO. So there's some people that have talked to me over the last year or so who've said, "Hey, I haven't been able to get you because you're QRP and I'm a long ways away or whatever." So this would be your opportunity if you want to finally get me in the logs and you haven't yet. This would be the place to do it. Probably this Saturday in the morning. Other than that, I have 5 videos that I'm trying to get out. I've got one coming up on Monday for Monday Night Ham Radio, Ham Radio, and it's from Field Day, so you can see how far behind I am. So I've got still got the Grand Canyon thing to do, and I've got an activation from Wyoming that I did recently, and then I have a paddle that I've finished reviewing that I need to make a video for. So all those are coming up in the next week or two, probably 2. And so with that, that's it. Thanks for hosting, Frank, this time, and
no problem.
And it'll be on my channel next time, right?
Yes, sir. We'll be over on your channel next time. I don't know when that'll be, but there will be a date. It's somewhere on the calendar because it's always planned out. Thank you for joining. I'm going to make mine fast. I'm Tank Radio. Thank you for swinging by. I got coins you can find how to buy my coins in the link below. Thank you for supporting the channel, for everyone who gave the super chats. And I think that's it. All I had. Videos coming up soon about the Grand Canyon trip. Until next time, go forth and conquer. Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
You think I will have the credits queued up, but there they go. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.